Is this you?
Hi, I'm a person and I'd like to speak more better like David Attenborough.
Do you find yourself trying to sound sophisticated and talk about ants?
I'm into nature and rocks. I like rocks.
And yet, everyone around you seems to think you're a blithering fool. Well, if that's the case, come down to Attenborough's School for Attenborough. That's right, we will teach you to go from a low-born thug
I like animals.
to a classy knight of entertainment. Go Bill.
Silverback. Gorilla. Now I've learnt to speak exactly like David Attenborough. Thanks, David.
The early hours for the podcaster begin with an almost ceremonial sharing of resources. This solidifies their bond before the battle begins. There is much tension in the air. It seems that this little guy has spotted one of our camera crew. He's attempting to intimidate by making his body larger. Now begins the arduous task of what will become a battleground. They maintain a safe distance from one another as not to trigger early aggression. With the battle over, they must dismantle the podcast. This slow and awkward process takes its toll on the defeated members of the group. But the proud victor of this podcast now takes up a relaxed position in the back of the pack. Today, he has won. This podcaster makes one last-ditched attempt to impress the Alpha. He uses this brightly coloured cloth. However, it ends in utter humiliation as he quickly resorts back to his role as the beta. The other embarrassed male seeks solace in his trinkets. But finding none, he remains heartbroken. He's spotted something.
Thank you very much. Chancellor Kohl, Governing Mayor Deepkin, ladies and gentlemen, 24 years ago, President John F. Kennedy visited Berlin.
Having seen something he truly enjoys, he continues his task. Now, they begin a great migration. The beta of the group must bear the heavier burden. But the alpha of the group does assist the beta in an act of pity. Once out of their natural habitat, they begin a treacherous journey. They must rely on one another, for the podcaster is at its weakest in public. This changes the pack dynamic from one of adversary to one of camaraderie. They must travel through sunlight and other conditions not normally tolerated by the species. This is the harsh Queensland summer heat, where temperatures can soar over 30 degrees Celsius. Although the pack dynamic has changed, the remnants of their earlier test of dominance remain. They walk in formation, so the betas flank the alpha. They must protect their leader. The journey is long and hard, pushing them to their very physical limits. They undergo the grueling conditions to seek safe respite and relaxation. The trek can be as long as 500 meters. Having found their destination, they are filled with jubilance. Here, they will remain in a symbiotic relationship with a beer tap until they're called by their instincts to do what comes naturally to them: record another podcast.
That was shit. I regret this. Why did I say yes to this video content? I thought it was going to be audio, but now I guess my face is involved. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and please leave Ain't It Rich 5 stars on iTunes.